Hi everyone, welcome back. Okay, overall energy today, I've got some cards already. You have a connection to someone that you're in separation from, okay? The silence. You could have felt abandoned. You could have instigated the separation, just not because you didn't love them, but because you just really couldn't take any more. But we've got the sunglasses card, so somebody is going through your old messages. That's what I'm hearing. And also photographs, okay? But more than that, they are watching you in some shape or form, or they're trying to find out what you're doing, all right? I do feel, though, that you got sick of their gaslighting. You just needed a new beginning. I just feel your energy, you could not handle their, I'm getting silent treatment, okay? You wanted to stop the pattern. They made you feel less than you deserved, you know. They didn't make you feel good about yourself. They dragged your energy down. But they're going through your messages, and the future card is the engagement ring. So somebody's going to want to come back in and make a commitment to you. All right, so I'm going to see what else is coming out in this energy. We'll nail it down a bit, but definitely going through your text messages, looking at your photos, talking about you as well. I think to somebody who you got on with, there were a few people around you when you separated that you felt were taking sides, but there is one person they're talking to at the moment that you actually got on with. So I'll just give these a shuffle, get some more details. Like I said, I hope you're all okay. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting. I do read all your comments, and I'll send you such a big hug if you're going through a hard time right now. If you'd like a reading, just click on the title of the video if you're on a mobile, take you through to the description box, and also check out the free relationship report, and the links to the website are in there. Okay, everybody. I'm not going to look at these, I don't know why. I'm just going to turn them over. I'm feeling fine romance. You feel that they made a load of empty promises. Okay, that they led you on. You felt led on. You could have been with this person for a while, but at some point towards the end, I don't feel it was a quick ending though. I feel there was a cycle here, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But you felt that they'd made promises. And I feel this will nail it for you today if it's your reading, that they promised to change, or they promised to do something or be something. And you loved them so much, you just wanted to believe them, but they didn't, okay? So let me just see what these are here. Celebration, they miss the good times with you, okay? They're now going back, and I think the photographs are to do maybe your happy days, holidays. I'm hearing holidays, maybe social events, okay? And they're looking back at photos of you smiling, all right? Embrace change. They know they've caused you a lot of problems, all right? But they want to come in and offer a true connection now. Yeah, they apologise. Right, this is interesting. They apologise for having such high expectations of you, all right? And unreasonable requirements. Now, for me, what I'm hearing is this person was critical of you. They were very, very quick to criticise you, what you were doing. Silly little things. And yet they were completely missing the elephant in the room, which was them. They weren't changing. They just kept making false promises. You know what I feel was happening here? They wanted what was in you, okay? They wanted your reliability, your energy. I can see that who I'm reading for today, you are, on the whole, I mean, you know, we're not happy all of the time, but you always see the bright side of life, even when, you know, you look around and it's kind of not that bright. You're always trying your best. You'd always go the extra mile, and you'd always put such a lot of effort into stuff. And you'd say, oh, never mind, it'll get better, we'll sort it out. This person wanted to be like you, but they couldn't. They couldn't even keep the promises. I'm seeing you talking, someone talking at a table outside. It's not a cold day. I've got summertime here, and somebody consistently telling you that they understand and they're going to change, and you being so relieved. But then they didn't change the big things, but what they did do was they had unreasonable requirements of you, where they expected every little thing to be perfect. They projected their own low self-esteem and their own wounds onto you. Okay, that's what happened here. They've had time out now, all right? They're not over you. They're not over you at all. You could be feeling that energy more than usual. You know, sometimes if you've been in separation for a while, you don't think of that person for it can be quite a while, and then all of a sudden, bump, they're there, or they pop up in your dreams. That means that they are thinking of you, okay? That means, you know, from my experience, and nobody can ever say anything unless it's their own experience, really, to be honest. They're always, and I do say this a lot because I think it's really important, you're in control of your life. Always go what feels right here for you. But I do feel that they've been thinking about you, and they're becoming a little obsessed with looking at these photos of you having a good time. And I have got holiday photos here. Did somebody like walking, hiking? Did you like hiking? Right, let me see what the heart's hidden secrets have got to say. I think we'll go down this road with these cards today. Anything else, please? Clarity. Oh. Right, so we've got truth. Oh, second chance. Yeah, that's clear. That's what they're up to. Reconciliation. I can't say it. Do you know, I don't think I can say that because I don't know if they're going to come forward. I think they're scared to come forward. Making amends, opportunity, confusion. Yeah, they're scared. They're unclear, they're unsure, right? They want to tell you the truth, they want to be honest with you, but I feel that they're very nervous of coming forward because you're just going to say, get lost. Yeah, that was blunt, I just heard it. You're just going to say, get lost. You broke your promises, you did this, you did that, whatever's gone down here. Bottom of the deck, chasing. You are not going to chase them, but I feel at some point they will chase you because you were in a cycle, okay? And there's no shame in chasing because we all do it to a certain extent. If somebody's made us a promise and they're telling us they're going to do this, then we believe it. So our brain wants, you know, it's our dopamine, I think. It wants what it's been promised. It wants that carrot. You know, it's human nature, isn't it? Even from a child, if you were promised that you were going to go on holiday, you know, you're going to the seaside with your bucket and spade or whatever, and then it didn't happen, you know, you're wanting it. So, but you put a stop to the chasing, you see. You stopped the pattern. And I believe you stopped it quite ferociously. You could have walked away from this person and just left everything, or you just completely blocked them. You know, almost to the point of, well, I'll just give myself closure here. I don't want to speak to this person. Because it was so painful. It was really painful. But yeah, they want this. I can just see that word, intentions. What's going on in this person's environment, please? What's going on in their environment, please? Right, okay. They're very closed off, wherever they are, whatever they're doing. They're hanging on to their possessions and their money. They're being they're watching their money. So whatever money they've got, they're not spending it freely. They're keeping a very close eye on their money. But they've closed down. What I'm trying to say is, So they're over here and they've got somebody else, they're in an environment. They've closed down, they're not opening up to whoever they are with. All right, there's no love there. They're just going through the motions. All right, they're keeping a very strict boundary between somebody or something else and their finances. Very, very deep, very strict. But they are holding on to you. They haven't let go of you. And you could say, well, I haven't spoken to them for so long. I see that all the time. People, not just within tarot, but in life in general. And it's only later you find out that you were always on their mind, okay? You're on their mind, you're in their heart, wherever they go, something reminds them of you, okay? So they are not close to whoever they are with now. They're very closed down, very physically avoidant. So if they went to a new relationship on a whim, that is fizzling out. Yeah, Eight of Swords in reverse. So they are looking to escape. Now, there is an energy of somebody around them who also sees them as a possession and is not going to let go of them that easily, whoever that might be. Okay, but they are planning an escape from the environment that they are in at the moment. They're trying to find some solutions, they're trying to take some control. But it's in that energy and it's following this card, so I do see them leaving whatever they're doing now. Whether you take them back or not, you're the operant power, all right? Whatever story you tell yourself predominantly, whatever you want, okay? You're on the pedestal. Always take whoever it is off that pedestal. The quicker you can really realise that without you they're nothing anyway. And that's not conceited. We're not taught enough to love ourselves. And that's why I feel we can end up, in relationships where we are not treated how we should be. Take them off the pedestal, okay? Take this person off the pedestal. They're very weary where they are now. They're very guarded. Their energy's down. I feel they've been battling for a while to keep things status quo. I'm definitely going with finances and budgeting here, okay? They have learned, they've taken their time. This isn't a 2-week separation, but they have learned from their past mistakes. They're tired, but they're nearly there. They're nearly at the point when they can break free from what they've got themselves tangled up in, okay? They're getting to a point now where they have stopped fighting the person or people they're with. They're just sitting, observing. They're not getting dragged into it, but behind the scenes they're squirreling away their resources, okay? Now, I would say we have got air, fire and earth signs today, all right? Libra, Taurus. Libra and Taurus. Definitely Libra and Taurus, and then the fire signs. So let us see what else they would like to say. And then see this energy at the moment, because the thing is, everything's already created. That's how tarot works. Everything's already a possibility. So the prominent energy is the one that is channeled. However, I must say this, whatever the outcome is, it is not set in stone. It is to show you that if the path or the energy, the thoughts, thoughts create reality, if that stays the same, then that is the likely outcome. But you can change this at any point in your life. You can just say, you know what, no. Let's see what else they'd like to say. New chapter. They've tried to move on. Didn't work. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. So I think that was going back to the past as well, where there was some big thing because I saw someone outside, warmer weather, and you really believed them. You'd had this conversation before, but this time you believed them. But I feel within a couple of months it had all gone belly up again, as we say in the UK. It had all just gone wrong again. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. Okay? Inseparable. They would like to say the unknown. This is what you don't realise, because there's always movement behind the scenes. Always. Our love is always there despite the distance. Okay? Righty ho, let's see, let's get the Witch's Tarot deck out. Don't know why, just going to go with this one today. Let's see what the best possible outcome is in this, please. Yeah, there is a very, very strong possibility they will come back in, and I feel this will be through with the help of a friend. You could be at a long distance from this person, but they're going to make it happen, okay? They're going to make it happen. They're going to break free of the restrictions that they've got themselves in at the moment. They're definitely getting out of that, regardless of what you, operant power, decide to do here. But I do see them coming in. But I feel they're going to use a third party to get to you. And I feel, going back, as I said earlier, with this card, it's that person that you didn't... I don't feel you've spoken to them, but they didn't get involved. Okay, they didn't take sides. They were kind of quite neutral. I feel your person's going to use, not use as in a bad way, but utilise. That's a better way. Okay, utilise this person to get through to you. Okay. You will then have a decision to make, the Seven of Cups. Make sure that you focus solely on what makes your boat rock. Be extremely selfish here, okay? Make sure that your emotional needs will be met, whatever you decide to do. But no, I do see them eventually. With this card, I'm here in August, July, August time. Yeah, there's a distance, there's travel involved here, okay? There's travel involved. But yeah, Ace of Wands, they're going to take action. They need to get away from where they are. They need to strategize. They're breaking free, etc., etc. I feel they're going to have to be a little bit sneaky, because someone's holding on to them. Someone's got their claws into them. I don't think they're just going to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to try and go back to such and such because I'm still in love with them. I see them leaving under cover of darkness, meaning they're going to sneak away. They're strategizing. Okay, but yeah, I do feel Ace of Wands, it'll be sudden, but they will come back in, they will take action, they will do it secretly to get out of where they are now, and I do feel they're going to utilise a friend or somebody, could have been a family member, that you wouldn't have a problem speaking with. That's the key here, remember that. It's not someone that you don't like, or someone who talked out of school when you separated. It's somebody who kind of kept out of it, that you still have a good feeling about. That's the person, okay? Anyway, leave it with you. Look after yourselves. I love you all very, very much. And remember, you're on that pedestal. You just say to yourself every single day, there is nothing wrong with me. I am enough. There is nothing wrong with me. I am enough just the way I am, okay? Don't let other people's beliefs and opinions and their weaknesses and their projections, because that's all it is, okay? It's not easy, especially if you're sensitive, but that's all it is. Just say, no, that's not for me. This is what I'm doing, this is what I'm having, and this is who I am, okay? I love you all. Bye.